Yoink!
Yay!
Yoink! Yoink! Yoink!
Welcome in, everybody! I hope y'all are having a wonderful day today. I hope your week has been amazing. I hope everyone else's day has been going great, because it seems like Anxiety Servant is out here catching strays from Granny. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Today is our final day of coverage for the Otome Games Celebration Steam event, but that doesn't mean that the Otome Games Steam event is going to be over today. It is going to be running until the 11th, 12 p.m. Central, so make sure to check out the demos and visual novels while you can. Make sure to wishlist everything that piques your interest. Make sure to support the devs, the publishers, try everything out. Today we're gonna be continuing with Death and Faeology because we cut it so short yesterday, and I feel really bad. We played maybe 30-45 minutes of the game itself. I believe that the demo is about 2 hours long, so we might be able to finish it today, actually. And then right after that, we have one final visual novel called Poetry in Purgatory. And honestly, the two games go well together considering they both revolve around death. But in various aspects. I think Poetry in Purgatory is much sadder, much depressing than Death and Faeology is. Death and Faeology, for those who missed it yesterday, is gonna be investigative. We play as a research professor who has so far 2 main love interests. 2 male love interests. We also play as a male. I need to let you guys know, this is my yaoi game for a visual novel fest. I'm so excited to get back into it, actually. Not only that, but because it's mystery and investigative, it is right there in my wheelhouse. We have, again, 2 main love interests. Theodore, the detective slash ex-roomie, and Mr. Henkel, which is, we actually don't know who he is. We know that he parses in high society, so we'll see what that's all about. But as a final reminder for things that are happening this week, because that's right, my stream week is not over after today, which normally it would be. But this Saturday I will be streaming at 4 p.m. Central. I have some special announcements, a special event raid train that I'll be participating in, so I hope you guys can make it. I'm really nervous about it, but no, yeah, I hope you guys could be there. I hope you guys could be there. I've never done anything like that, like what's gonna be happening on Saturday before, so I'm really nervous about it, but I hope seeing some familiar names, some familiar faces will keep me grounded a little bit. But no, yeah, hello everybody, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you guys are enjoying today, period. And everyone who's coming in to lurk, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys enjoy listening to the stream, if that's what y'all are doing. Let me go ahead and switch us over to the in-game. Now, reminder, Death and Faeology does not have any persistent audio, so we are just gonna go straight into rereading the Steam page for anybody who missed out on that yesterday, and then get right back into it. Yeah, let's go. Ooh, we love the Void. We love the Void so much. Okay, hopefully you guys hear it. I don't know why you can't see it yet. Let me see if turning it off and turning it back on again will help. I mean the OBS source. I'm hoping that's what fixes it. That, or maybe fiddling on the game screen itself. Shara loves to have her male harem. I do! I won't deny it! Okay, there you go. It just had a bit of delay. There we go, there we go. It is a bit loud in my ears, but if I need to adjust the volume, please let me know at any time. Again, we're gonna bring up the Steam window so that we can go over what the game's all about. We're going into a bit of a sound void here, but that's to be expected. Let's go, let's go. Death and Faeology. In a world where the Fae-touched fall prey to a sinister killer, only a Faeologist can uncover the truth. A dark academia murder mystery and visual novel with supernatural cases, interactive investigation, romanceable characters, and multiple endings, set in the roaring 1920s New York. There is no tentative release date for this game yet, but it was developed and published by Mushroom Mallow. I'm really loving their style of visual novels so far. They have 2 current listings up. Both of them are kind of in limbo at the moment, so I don't know what's up with that. I'm waiting here tentatively for release dates. Not only do they have Death and Faeology, but I also played another title of theirs called Otome. Very spicy visual novel, but I love how mature their characters are, so if you're interested in some narrative-heavy visual novels, some interactive fiction, they do have like little mini game sections, which I'm sure we'll get to in today's demo. Yeah, maybe consider checking this out. I'm not sponsored by them. I just really like their games. All right, let's go ahead and load game. If I can. Hello. Click. Slot 1. Load data. Okay. This is our Fae companion for anyone who missed out. Maybe I should have my cursor available. Should I show cursor for the stream? Because I'm just like, I'm circling things. Here we go. Here we go. This is our little Fae companion. His name is Oz. Isn't he cute? Not there being ads at the top right of my screen all the time. Top right? Are they experimenting with ads again? Weird. Alrighty. But yes, for everyone over on YouTube as well, I do see you. Hi, you're seen. Welcome in, everybody. I hope y'all are enjoying so far the musical score. One of my favorite parts of the game so far. Anyway, I then turn towards my trusted Fae. Oz, can I please trouble you with something? You want me to deliver this letter to your patron, don't you? Thank you so much. Can you pin that to the top? Thank you, Anxiety. Indeed. Time is of the essence here. As always, please take care not to catch anybody's attention. He'll see it by tomorrow morning, I'm sure. It would be my pleasure. Thank you, Oz. I'm off. I'll see you later today. I watch as Oz flits out of my office window and vanishes. Once the Fae is gone, I call my assistant to my office. Yes, Professor. Hold on 1 second. I rifle through the contents of the box. Carefully, I extract the blood samples that Theo mentioned. They appear to be stored in test tubes. Would you mind asking Dr. Rayford to analyze these blood samples? I'll do that, sure. As I hand the samples to her, I notice that she looks like she wants to say something. Now, a little bit of context here for everyone. We have been recruited by our ex-lover detective to investigate a homicide that he thinks might have to do with the Fae. Fae, aka the fairy folk. These blood samples that we're handing off to our assistant, Minnie, contain no iron. Now, if you know anything about biology, and I know very little, it's that our blood contains iron. So that is one harrowing mystery so far. Over the 2 years we've been working together, I've picked up on a few of her tells. What is it, Minnie? How did it go with the detective? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, no, not at all. He's the same as always. There's lingering beef, of course, but we've sort of managed to put it aside for something more important. He's brought me a rather significant case that he suspects might have some supernatural elements, as hard as it was for him to admit. Oh, good for him. I can't help but grin at her remark. I'm glad it didn't end in a shouting match, at least. Ooh, we've had a tumultuous relationship with him. Yes, me too. I'll deliver the blood samples now, Professor. Thank you, Minnie. Minnie hurries out. I'm alone in my office, yet again. Remembering the conversation about the case, I'm suddenly engulfed by unexplainable eerie feelings. I should start the investigation right away. Ooh, here we go. Drag and drop item from inventory to desk. Select an item in the records, then press the icon to open the inspector and read insights you've gathered. Hover the magnifying glass over above an evidence to access the information and see the details in it. Whoa! Use the black light to see invisible things. Read the encyclopedia to gain additional information. We have so many tools at our disposal. Press the button to end investigation. Great. Okay. So let's see, what can we click? Here are our records. Let's go ahead and open these pictures. So again, for context, the homicide in question, not really a homicide. It's more that people are turning into bone, not stone, bone. So they are taking on these Medusa-like qualities right here, freezing in place. Looks like there are multiple victims. We have Audrey Wooldridge here first. Can I click anything? Nope. We have Susan Moore. Edna Niblet. Oh, what's that on her fingers? Also looks like there's a note right beside her. And her mouth also was black. Hold on. Her mouth and her fingers are black. And then we have Mary Hatcher, who is in the middle of drinking something before she kicked the bucket. Okay, let's go ahead and read Audrey Woolridge, who again is the frozen Medusa-like statue. How do I read it again? Tools. Oh, I gotta drag it. I gotta drag it. Right. Okay, we'll have the picture here too, just so we know who we're on. I don't remember. I don't remember controls. Fae Encyclopedia. Magnifying glass. Oh! Name Audrey Woolridge. Age 51 years old. Manner of death. Hardening into bony tissue. From afar, the corpse looks like a carved wooden statue. Time of death, around 1 p.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Bone is stone. Metal, actually. Metal. Only if it has iron. Wait, metal? What makes you say so? Police report. The victim reported hearing strange noises and seeing strange phenomena in the days immediately preceding her death. Oh my god, she was haunted. She was being haunted. The interviewing officer suspected, due to the victim's strange behavior, involvement in occult matters. Forensic report. No traces of drugs or poisons from what could be extracted from the body. Further autopsy is still in progress due to the victim's manner of death. Calcium's metal? Wait, I didn't know that. Woolridge. Now that's a familiar name. Okay, looks like we've used everything here. Nope, let's go ahead and skip that. That's everything we've read already. Next tool. Okay. Let's see. This one says we should use black light. This one also says we should use black light. Oh, wait, different colors here. Okay. I don't know if the black light would work on a picture, though. Unless we have evidence in the case file. Scribe fairies. Warrior fairies. Parasitic fairies. Wow, there's so many. Okay, well, we have everything on desk right now. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see anything with the black light. Okay, well, next case file. Can I put them back? Oh, I can. Lovely. Next person. Next victim. Name, Susan Moore, age 40 years old. Manner of death, refusing to drink anything but her own blood. Ugh. Time of death around 11 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent middle-aged woman in the city. Okay, so far we've got 2 indicators, right? Woman and then something wrong with woman. No, I'm just kidding. Woman and middle-aged. Police report. The victim's mother reported that the victim was suffering from a prolonged paranoid episode in the days leading to her death. Specifically, the victim was acting erratically and saying strange things. Forensic report. Despite the manner of death, there are no signs of dehydration or hemochromatosis. No traces of drugs or poisons. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations are underway. Note, blood does not contain iron. Okay, so the blood samples are from number 2 here. Miss Moore. Okay, let's go ahead and put these back. I'm gonna put the book away as well. It's just too bulky. And we don't need it yet. black light as well. Okay, here's Madam number 3. My magnifying glass. Name Edna Niblet, age 64 years old. So far, our oldest one yet. Manner of death, gnawing her own fingers to the bone. Oh God. Time of death around 10 a.m. Victim profile, an affluent, middle-aged woman in the city. Calcium is a highly reactive, soft, silvery white alkaline earth metal. Oh, I see. I'm learning stuff. I thought it was frostbite. Yeah, I thought maybe it was like rigor mortis, like she was losing blood in her fingertips. But this makes sense now for why her mouth is also black. Wait, I can zoom into it. I have a magnifying glass. Oh shoot, I can't. Hold on. I forgot I was using the magnifying glass in order to read. Oh, I should have been zooming into picture too. I'm such a bad investigator. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. Yeah, there is. Also, letter. Are we? Okay, that's the only comment we're making on photo. Great. Okay, now that I know we can zoom into photos, I will bring up the other photos later after the case files. Let's go ahead and read this again. Let's finish reading it. Police report. A friend of the victim reported that she visited the victim's residence to drop off an invitation shortly prior to the victim's death. The friend also wanted to check on the victim's well-being, as she had allegedly been acting strangely at a party the night before. According to the friend, she witnessed an emotionally charged conversation between the victim and a young factory girl. However, the friend didn't think much of the interaction at the time, so it doesn't sound like this lady was experiencing any paranoia or schizophrenia or hallucinations, but she was highly agitated. At the crime scene, the invitation card dropped off by the friend was seen close to the victim's corpse and was taken in as evidence. Ooh, we need that. I want to look at that. It's probably not important, but still. No traces of drugs or poisons. Blood type unknown. Other blood-related investigations underway. Note, blood does not contain iron. Okay, so that's 2 so far. Case 2 and 3 does not contain iron in their blood. Which makes sense considering we can't draw blood from a statue. Okay, case number 4. This is the 4th victim's crime scene. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see young being stolen so abruptly. Sorry, not young, youth being stolen so abruptly. Name, Mary Hatcher. Age 19 years old. Okay, the youngest of the bunch so far. Manner of death, death from shock due to arsenic poisoning. Time of death around 6 p.m. Victim profile, a young factory girl. Was this the one you were arguing with, old lady? Note, despite not fitting the trend of the previous victim profiles, she has been preliminarily included in this case because she was seen having a heated conversation with the 3rd victim shortly before that victim's death. There we go, confirmation. Police report. The victim's father described her as not acting like herself in the days before she passed. Shortly before her death, the victim visited the police station. According to the interviewing officer, she seemed to be on the brink of confessing something when a look of terror suddenly crossed her face. She then appeared to change her mind. Also seems to be haunted by something. She hurriedly left the station without saying anything further to the interviewing officer. So it seems like these 4 are being given to us because they're connected somehow. Forensic report. Prior to death, the victim suffered from violent abdominal cramping, followed by diarrhea and vomiting, consistent with the effects of arsenic poisoning. Traces of said poison can be found in blood, type A, and the glass she was drinking from near the time of death. Note, blood contains iron and other elements commonly found in human blood. Okay, so her didn't die from any Fae touched. Okay, let's go ahead and put these records back and pull out all of the pictures now. First victim's crime scene. This is the first time I encountered something that could be ossification. I feel sick to my stomach. No one deserves to die like this. Something's odd with her fingers. Wait, her too? I mean, I can't really tell. I can't really tell. Maybe we can use the... Oddly enough, maybe we can use the black light here? Now that we've been prompted? I don't know. This seems to be the second victim's crime scene. Her complexion, it's not quite the pale hue of death. Far paler than it should be possible, almost drained of color. Something's odd with her fingers. What is odd with this? I don't see anything. It just looks like shadow. I mean, if anything, there's something wrong with her eyes. And I'm gonna go ahead and just go over these pictures again. It's the third victim's crime scene. Her fingers. I've seen corpses before, but never like this. There's another strange thing about her fingers. This is the fourth victim's crime scene. Poor girl. It's a cruel thing to see youth being stolen so abruptly. Okay, there has to be something we do with this. How do we turn this on? How do we know it's on? Beep, 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 beep. There's nothing. there's nothing, absolutely nothing happening here. Okay, well, if we can't use this, I think we have to go through our little book and see if there are any Fae that specifically target the fingers. We need black light. Okay, we're not going to be doing anything with black light. Fae factions. Cold iron was often forged as weapons to repel fairy magic. Well, we only have pictures available to us right now. So again, I don't think blacklight is going to do anything right now. Scribe fairies. Let's see. They may also use their magic as a curse, sometimes even deadly if they feel offended or insulted. Some scribe fairies are also prone to pranks and mischief when they're bored. Well, that doesn't tell us of any way that they inflict that curse, because these could all be seen as curses, right? Let's see, warrior fae. They're known for their aggressive temperament and volatile disposition. I wonder if they're all fae, actually. Anyway, parasitic fae. Here we go! Parasitic fae, or fairies. Fairies with limited magic consistently need to feed off of other sources of energy, mostly drained from humans such as blood, hormones, emotions, and life force. However, the mechanisms and rates at which these drainage processes occur are greatly varied. So this could be a case of parasitic fairies. Notable incident, changeling. There are unconfirmed rumors that some high faes like to capture humans and bring them into the fairyland for purposes such as forced reproduction, servitude, ritualized combat for their amusements, and so on. The fairies leave changelings behind to mask their absence. Hi to Darius, hello! Hi Jace! I'm here for my lunch break. Break's over, bye. Bye Jace. Changeling is composed of several fae, typically of the parasitic type, magically transformed to look almost exactly like an abducted human. Due to the complexity of the fae magic required to create a changeling, the enchantment almost always goes awry. Anomalies common among changelings include an extra finger or an extra toe. Is there an extra? Oh my god, there is an extra finger! I didn't even notice that! I was like, what's wrong with her fingers, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so changeling confirmed. This one, they also said something's odd with fingers. Yeah, this also 6 fingers on this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the thumb, right? And then this one is also 6 fingers. Okay, changelings confirmed. Man, you won't ever catch me sleuthing the AI pictures. I'm gonna be so bad at it. Not that these are. These are just indicators of changelings. Okay, well. Nearby heat conductors such as small metallic objects have also been known to repel or to warp the magic creating changelings. Well, oh, I didn't mean to go there. Oh, there's nothing left. Great. Well, I think that's all we have. Help? Oh, we could have checked the icon at any time here. Open inspector. Okay, that's the inspector. Let me just double check that we have everything. Okay, yeah, I think we end investigation here. I think we know what they are. A knock on the door makes me glance up from my desk. I realize the sun has set while I've been absorbed in the investigation. Man, we take so long to read. Come in. My assistant enters the office. Dr. Rayford has arrived to drop off the blood samples, and she wants to talk to you. Already? Yeah, she's just outside the door. I must say, I am pleasantly surprised at her work speed. All right, send her in. Minnie nods. She returns to the reception area. Dr. Florence Rayford enters. It's only been 3 years since she worked at this university, but she has proven her reliability more often than not. Good evening, Professor. Good evening, Doctor. Dr. Rayford hands over the blood samples. She also gives me her lab report. Here you go. Thank you. So, what have you found? The most peculiar thing is that there's no iron in one of the blood samples. Say, is this fairy related? Her question prompts me to ask myself, to what extent of the case can I divulge to her? Theo did say that I may ask the patron or her for information using some of the evidence. Although she has knowledge of fairies of their curses, can she handle seeing crime scene photographs? As I return from my thoughts, I notice her voice has taken on a higher pitch. Now we have to count her fingers. She has 4 fingers, but we don't know about her toes. Oh, this is exciting. Are you working with the police? Does this mean that we'll get better credibility in the eyes of the public? Oh my, we're gonna be in the newspapers, aren't we? And not on the usual corner spots, too. No, I can hardly contain myself. It appears she took my silence as a yes. It's good that she's excited about the possibility of advancement for Faeology, but her cheerful disposition can sometimes be rather overstimulating. Yeah, you can't just ask her to show her toes either. You're right, we can't get those for free. As if on cue, a knock on the door arrived to spare me. We also can't see her other hand. Maybe her other hand has 6 fingers. We're just not looking at the right one. This specific sound is familiar. More familiar than when my assistant knocks. Oh? Oh, special delivery! Mr. Henkel, hello! Mr. Henkel's hands are empty. And what, pray, might you be bringing for me? Is it you? Are you the special delivery, Mr. Henkel? We're so tired of him already. If you wish to call me special, then I certainly won't stop you. But I did bring a box of huckleberry muffins for your office. Oh my god, he's after my own heart. I love food. Minerva was instantly enamored by their buttery scent. She's currently feasting on them. Sorry. We can only hope she'll leave a muffin apiece for the rest of us. Oh, hello there, Florence. I didn't expect to see you in this office. You probably didn't expect to see anybody else at all. Hello, Mr. Henkel. Fancy seeing you here. Although you do have a habit of making this office your sole stop on campus. She chuckles. That's just because this is where all my money went. A well-spent investment, nonetheless. He makes a retort at Dr. Rayford, but throws a subtle smile in my direction. How cheeky. So, Florence, what's been occupying your time as of late? Oh my god, look at him making small talk before he kicks her out of the room. Tries to take me. She looks at me briefly, possibly wondering whether she should tell him about what she did for me. No. The usual matters, I suppose. I tried asking your father about you at the last soiree. However, he confessed he didn't have the faintest idea. You must tell me more about your chemical research one of these days. The colorful pursuits of you young academics thrill me to no end. You know I can't share all that much, Mr. Henkel. Unless, of course, you find yourself in the position to become the chemistry department's benefactor. Then all their secrets are yours. A more playful giggle escapes her lips this time. I'm afraid I'm all tapped out, financially speaking. Oh, I'm not buying that one, not for a second. He's telling... I'm joking. He's telling fibs, isn't he, Professor? Well, now, I certainly don't want to get in the middle of the money talk of the rich. I wish I had that information, Doctor. It would make proposing for research much easier, with a bit of delicate leverage, naturally. Mr. Henkel laughs in amusement. I feel I should ask the reason he's here before this conversation takes an odd turn. On another note, Mr. Henkel, did you get my letter? Is that the real reason you dropped by? Upon recalling that I asked Oz to insert the letter into his mailbox only this afternoon, I'm about to retract these questions. Unexpectedly, though, he bows his head in assent. Man, our Fae works fast. Your words have always had this immersive impact on me. Perhaps that is why you are such an effective educator. Whenever I encounter your written language, I long to hear it spoken post-haste. Oh my god, you're flirting with me in front of Florence? In front of the world? Are you putting a spell on your letters by chance? I think you're the one with all the spells, Mr. Henkel. Your muffins, for one, have always been very successful at getting Minnie's guards down. Oh dear, you two are making me blush. Oh my god, Florence! Florence is just enjoying the show! I suppose it's time I take my leave and let you both be. I'm due somewhere shortly, anyhow. Oh, no, that might not be necessary. I can't stay long either. Mr. Henkel lapses into silence as he continues staring into my eyes. It's difficult to maintain eye contact with him, but even harder to look away. We could use a third anxiety sentence. Minnie is just outside. Just saying. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case. Oz is probably flitting about in this room also watching. Let's not forget that the Fae folk can glamour themselves and hide. They can camouflage magically. I wonder what I should do. I ought to discuss the case, but both of them seem to be in a hurry. Should I tell Mr. Henkel to return another day, since I need to have an important conversation with Dr. Rayford right away? Or should I dismiss the chemist and meet my patron now? There are benefits to either choice. Soliciting Dr. Rayford's opinion on the case may be a good idea. She could share more insight on the chemistry side of the case. Her parents own a successful company. I don't think that's pertinent information to the case. Are you telling me that Florence is romanceable? Is this the game's way of telling me that Florence is also romanceable? Because that's crazy. Her parents own a successful company that produces the powder makeup in evidence. She would also know the social happenings among the wealthy elites. On the other hand, Mr. Henkel is also a viable candidate for an interview. His connections with high society know no bounds. Everybody seems to know him one way or another. He might know things Dr. Rayford doesn't. Since he's been funding my research for a long time, he's also more familiar with fairy topics. Whom should I interview? Okay, listen, this is my line of thinking right now. Mr. Henkel, and for those who missed out on yesterday's stream, you guys need a little bit of context. Mr. Henkel is a very rich, bourgeoisie type of fellow. You guys heard it. He funded our entire Faeology department. He loves us. He's courting us currently. He's also invited us to a gala. And so I actually want to go ahead and interview Dr. Rayford because number one, we asked her for blood samples and she came here with the express intention to tell us something regarding those blood samples. And number two, we can just say yes to Mr. Henkel's invitation to the gala later. We can have a little private one-on-one, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and interview Dr. Rayford. Dr. Rayford, would you mind staying a little longer? I'd like to hear your opinion about something. Dr. Rayford glances at me, and then Mr. Henkel, and then back at me, with a glimmer of mischief in her smile. We're also kind of, you know, playing hard to get. Are you sure, Professor? I let out a resigned sigh. She is enjoying this so much. Sometimes it can be quite difficult to deal with her teasing. Yes. When I address my patron once more, regret colors my tone. Mr. Henkel, would you mind coming back another day? I have something crucial to discuss with the doctor at present. Of course. I understand your scientific pursuits precede all else. Plus, I doubt he would feel bad about having to come visit me again. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for dropping off those muffins. He only replies with a smile. I'll see you soon, right? As soon as possible, I promise. Mr. Henkel and Dr. Rayford exchange brief goodbyes. My patron then departs. You're so giddy. I'm alone with the chemist again. Florence knows what's up. Doctor, I might need your further assistance regarding the blood samples and also something more pressing. So it is true. You are working with the police. I suppose. Detective Krause consulted me this morning about an ongoing criminal case. Oh, do I sense some old flame flickering back to life? Your eyes are tricking you, Doctor. It's been ashes for a long time now, and nothing has changed. We love the detective, though. I was just gonna say he's a hot man. There is a hint of disbelief in her eyes, but I won't indulge in her playful teasing, as there is a more important matter at hand. I clear my throat. So, I would also like to ask you for information, as you may be acquainted with some of the victims or their friends and families. All right. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you. Although I do need your sworn secrecy on this. Of course. I'm adept at keeping secrets. Can I get that in writing? You need not worry. Those samples I analyzed are part of the evidence in this case, right? That's right. Let us begin. I tell her the fundamental facts of the case while she listens silently, all the while. When I finish my summation, she has only one word to say to me. Interesting. Okay, I was gonna say, like, what are we telling her? Let's go ahead and drop into our records. We have new items in here. An old coin, makeup. Wait, where did these come from? Wait, hold. Were these all? These were not always here. Bring me back to my desk. These were not always in my inventory. I would have seen them, probably. And this is the note. No, this is the gala note. This is the one that we got invited to by Mr. Henkel. These are the blood samples for sure. Lab report. Okay, well, let's go ahead and ask her some information on... Not this one. The photos are kind of out of order. So, photo 1 is the stone. Photo 2 had the blood drawn. And photo 3 had blood drawn as well. So I'm going to go ahead and show her the pictures of those victims. What is this? Woolridge family photo? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Susan Moore and Edna Niblet. Let's go ahead and show her a picture of the Moore family. This is Mrs. Moore and her family. Could you tell me what you know of them? Well, I've heard that when Mrs. Moore's biological parents passed away, she was adopted by her parents' trusted employees, from whom she received a lot of love. These employees couldn't have children, you see. Her biological parents left her a substantial inheritance, which she received when she came of age. Then she was married, out of love, to a wealthy entrepreneur. They were hand in hand wherever they went. It's a sad thing. Her luck seemed to slip away just when she needed it most. Oh, okay. Fae curse, possibly? Dr. Rayford seems to know more about Mrs. Moore than she let on earlier. While she sounds quite sympathetic, I can somehow sense a hint of jealousy in her voice. Well, let's bring up Moore's photo. Mrs. Moore! She seemed to recognize the victim quite fast. We've met once or twice at the clothing store in exchange a few pleasantries. Occasionally, I could see her husband and her at various dinner parties as well. They were a lovely couple. Okay, yeah, so this statement with the picture, and it seems like the game wants us to show picture first of the victim. She sounds a lot more detached than when we showed her the family photo. We're now showing her Mrs. Niblet. Oh, yes. I know her, although I can't seem to recall her name. Mrs. Niblet. That's right. I saw her quite often at the auction, only going for rare coins. As usual, the winning bid was hers. I wonder if some of those coins carried some sort of curse, since they came from God knows where. Oh, so now we know who the coin belongs to. Okay, what about the stone statue? There is no sound to be heard as she stares at the photograph for a little while. I wonder if it's too much for her. Is this Mrs. Woolridge? It's a little difficult to recognize her because of the... well, she speaks with her usual sunny lilt, which is quite surprising. I guess she has a strong stomach. Yes, you're correct. What do you know of her? Everyone knows her and her family, that's pretty sure. They're one of the richest in the city, the elites of the elites. Accordingly, their circle consists only of very select people, such as your patron, I imagine. Oh, and their family likes to host charity events. Did you ever know her to dabble in occult matters? Unfortunately, what I told you previously is all I know about her. If she did dabble, do you think maybe her manner of death is a result of occult matters? It certainly is a possibility. Okay, so we're going to show her Woolridge family photo now. This is a family photograph of the Wooldridges? Wooldridges? Has it always been that? Do I not know how to read? Yes. It was everywhere in the papers when her father married the famous and one of the most beautiful socialites. The other man here is Mrs. Wooldridge's stepbrother. It has always had a D. Do you know anything about these people? Aside from being fabulously wealthy and well-known, not particularly. Great, so now we have one victim for sure that we ask Mr. Henkel about. I'm going to assume that she doesn't know who this random worker is, this random factory worker is. Do you happen to know this girl? Unfortunately, no, I don't know her. It's surprising that she seemed rather unfazed by quite the gruesome photographs. I wonder if she had seen worse deaths caused by chemicals. Although, even if I had seen worse, I doubt I could muster such cheer. I've never realized this peculiar side of her. I mean, she works in biology. She's seen bodies. She's seen them. Woolridge, coin. So you mentioned the coin for the 2 blood victims. I've never seen this kind of coin before. Is it rare? Makeup? Ah, my parents' greatest achievement. It's one of the things I wanted to ask you, Doctor. I don't know much about makeup, but how popular is this powder among high society? The powder has been the craze lately among the upper class, since my parents have successfully gotten Mary Pickford to do its advertisement. Well, I'll be. That didn't give me anything. I wonder if we're actually meant to like hold some pieces of evidence back, or if it just doesn't matter. I'm gonna go ahead and just ask her about everything, because why not? My, are you proposing to me, Professor? I'm afraid my heart still belongs to my late husband. I can hear sorrow seeping through her peppy voice. Quietly, I slip the ring back into the box. This is tomorrow's gala. I'll not be going since the opera's playing. I didn't know you're into the opera, Doctor. My late husband and I used to go there for one of our date nights. Sadness leaks into her eyes, even though her smile stays bright. I hadn't the faintest she'd been married before. Speaking of which, I spotted Dr. Krauss at the Met during last month's performance. He appeared to be enjoying the opera, accompanied by an attractive, tall, blonde woman. You would tell me this? You would try to stir up drama? It was quite the unexpected sight. I never took him for an admirer of opera. Well, that's a new one on me. Oh my god, look at her! She's enjoying this! She's like, what are you gonna do now, Professor? What's your next move, Professor? Ah, yes, the most intriguing piece of evidence. It's weird, isn't it? That it doesn't contain iron at all, even though it looks just like human blood. Not to mention the high percentage of phosphorus. Would you let me know if it ended up being a fairy after all? Only if I'm allowed. Is there any insight from chemistry as to why there would be no iron in a red-colored blood? Sadly, no. I'm just as puzzled myself. Please, Doctor, please! I found traces of arsenic in this blood sample. Arsenic, not ict. Arsenic in this blood sample. Yes, that was reported by the forensics team, too. One wonders who could have done such a thing to a poor girl. Actually, chemists do sell arsenic to common people to make their own weed killer and rat poison. I haven't done that in some time, not since the university contract. But I'm sure that the detective has asked his henchmen to collect purchase records from chemists all over the city, don't you think? Oh, so now we have something to inquire Theodore about Mr. Krauss, Detective Krauss. I've done my best to put all the details there, although I might have missed something regarding the curious blood sample. You don't want to just tell me about it? Because you can do that. You can just tell me. Let's go ahead and end our interview. I have no further questions. I believe I have enough information now. Is that so? Well, all right. Earlier you mentioned you had a prior arrangement. So I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your time. You've been incredibly helpful. It's no problem. Don't hesitate to reach out if you require anything else. I give her a brief nod, So we got a little bit of information from her. We got a little bit of gossip from her as well regarding Detective Krause and his tall, blonde lady. Dr. Rayford then departs from my office. I'm alone again, but not for long. My assistant pops into the office. Professor, I'm heading home soon. Is there anything else I can do to help? No, I'll be perfectly fine. I think I'll stay and work a bit longer. Okay. See ya, Professor. Have a safe trip home. Upon wishing me the same, Minnie leaves. Okay, we're back at our desk. I have some time until I have to wrap up my work today and head home from the office. Now that we have new items in our toolkit, let's go ahead and pull them out. So we have coin, we have makeup, we have the ring. I don't think the Gala note is really all that pertinent, but we do have the blood. And, of course, the files regarding the blood. And these are all the case files. And these are all the pictures. Okay. Now we do have to investigate pictures because those are new. So I'll just whip those out. Let's grab our tools. We'll use magnifying glass first on everything. Never seen a coin like this. Looks rare. No surprise this powder has been all the rage with the upper set. They managed to get Mary Pickford for the advertisements. I love how Professor is just echoing what was said to us. That must have been where I knew it from. Like, there's no new extra insights here. I can't even begin to imagine how her husband must feel losing his soulmate this way. I've read somewhere that most insects don't have iron in their blood. Insects. The man in the darker suit seems to be the husband of the victim, the woman with the pearls. He's supposedly close to his in-laws. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. This means the other two are the victim's adoptive parents. I've read somewhere that most insects don't have iron. Oh wait, huh? Did we not investigate this then? So the middle-aged woman in the colored blouse and the elder man in the suit are father and daughter, related by blood. And the other two are stepmother and stepbrother. Okay. Arsenic, huh? That's it? Alright, let's check out this lab report. This is Dr. Rayford's lab report on the blood samples. The content is quite similar to the forensic report. While elements similarly found in human blood, such as phosphorus, carbohydrates, and some proteins, are found in the third victim's blood, it doesn't contain iron. Moreover, the amount of phosphorus found in it is a higher percentage than that in human blood, making it possible for this to be the blood of a fairy. The fourth victim's blood appears to be normal human blood, with iron present. Traces of arsenic are also found. Although there is some new information, I had expected the report to be more detailed. Then again, I did ask her to finish it as soon as possible, and she delivered. Yeah, not much new to be gleaned here. Okay, let's go ahead and put things away that we don't need, because I would love to use the, I would love to use this. Oh, I don't think we need the picture either. So there we go. Let's use the black light. Put magnifier away. Oh, this one's glowing! It's purple! We're gonna need our book. Let's grab our Fae book. Because this will help wait, where is the Fae book? Where's my Fae book? Wait, tools? Tools. Okay. Because we did have a little chart here with color spectrums. There we go. Goey. Magnifying glass. Sorry, not magnifying glass. Black light. So this is purple. Pinky purple. What does that mean for us? I need my magnifying glass. I can't read that. Scale values. How does this help us? It's there. It's that. Whoa! What's happening? It doesn't like the iron. It's reacting. Oh, it's reacting. Okay, nothing on this. The ring! Why is it doing that? What's that sound? Okay, so I'm gonna put the makeup away, the powder. No, not tools, record. Okay, so we don't need that, we don't need this. They seem to be like the same color, kind of, like within these two, within these four. Oh. Oh my god! We burned it! I've seen this before. This is a parasitic Fae. That was purely by accident. A failed transformation magic. Okay, this confirms our theory about at least one of the victims. Yeah? The parasitic Fae changeling. So that is how Miss Moore got in contact with it, because she collected rare coins. I've seen this before. Okay, yeah, thank you. Oh, we picked it up. Can we investigate with magnifying glass? There's no mistaking it. The structure of the thorax, antenna curvature, elongated legs, these are exactly the same as the parasitic Fae I cataloged several months ago. What happened to you, poor Fae? Of course, no response is forthcoming. Yeah. So can I burn the ring? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't appear so. Odd. Strange. Am I... What else? What is making that clicking sound? What is that? Huh? I don't know. I don't know. But let's go ahead and read a little bit more. Let me see. I know it mentioned something about the black light. The intricate use of iron combined with physics and chemistry is applied by Faeologists to develop a special black light to detect and distinguish magical Fae. So that's this thing. Scribe magic appears blue, warrior magic is red, and parasitic magic purple or violet. So yeah, that's what this is. But also the wing is red. So it was attacked by something. Sustained black light injury. So it was attacked by something. I don't want you to make commentary. I just want to look. The ring also has a bit of red on it. Overall purple, but just the smallest smidge of red. Same thing with the blood in the vial too, though. But I don't know if that's just because red blood. Because this one does not glow. This one's like normal. This one's not. I don't know why it's clicking either. I don't know why it's clicking. Why is it clicking? Tell me why you're clicking. I don't know. I'm ending investigation. It's the next afternoon. Oh, you don't want to say anything about what we discovered, huh? Great. No confirmation, no validation. I should be grading assignments. Or reviewing the lecture I'm gonna deliver Monday. Or do anything productive in the realm of professorial duties. Instead, I find my attention straying more and more toward the office door. I voice my frustrations to good old Oz. Theo will probably arrive at any moment. I can't stop wondering whether my explanation will be enough for him. In the past, no sort of explanation ever seemed to please him when it came to fairies. And why should it do so now? My voice cracks with concern. This time he came to you, bearing in mind the possibility of fairy involvement. He'd be a fool if he discredits you so soon. My fairy companion's chirping becomes increasingly stern this time. But you need to get yourself together. You must remain steadfast and strong when facing the detective. Don't permit your voice to falter when presenting your findings. I know, I can't let myself unravel at this point. It's just that he's never solicited my opinion quite on this matter. A professional insight, no less. All the more reason you be as calm as you can be. Maintaining your composure is essential to delivering a persuasive argument. But no matter what happens, at least you know you tried. At the end of the day, he's the one who needs to solve this case. You're right. Of course you are. I'm not a detective. I'm simply a professor sharing my perspective. Thank you, Oz, for always talking me off the ledge. Just then, somebody knocks on the door. That's my cue to sail past your window ledge. Best of luck! I whisper a hurried goodbye to my fairy friend. I'll see you tonight, Oz. Once Oz has flown out, I direct my attention towards the door. Come in. Oh, of course it would be the assistant first. Of course. My assistant marches in. Professor, you have a visitor. The detective? Minnie nods. All right, send him in. Minnie nods once again and walks out of the room. Oh my god, look at him! We love the detective. Theo paces around a little bit after strolling in. He appears quite distracted. He finally stops and opens his mouth. So, what have you learned? I take a deep breath. Here it goes. I have to present my findings to perhaps the most sought-after detective in the police force. Theo investigates cases right where the crime scenes unfold. He's agonizingly familiar with the grit and the grime of the city's darkest recesses. Meanwhile, as a professor, my expertise primarily revolves around the nebulous, the theoretical. I must do my best to stay calm and collected, just as Oz suggested. I've read the case files. Victims' odd behaviors shortly before death could be due to hypnotic spells from fairies. The fourth victim went to the police station, but before she said anything, it seemed she somehow saw something that scared her away. What if she saw something not human? And the manner of death. He interrupts me before I can finish. I have no time for assumptions. The papers telephoned our department this morning, so they found out about some of these deaths. So that's why he looked agitated. The chief's preparing a statement for tomorrow regarding this. So I'll cut to the chase. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. I'm certain of it. I can tell his interest is piqued. However, I'd like to first lay out the basics, since I'm pretty sure you've discarded the things I've told you in the past. He grumbles as if in admission of my statement. So far, we've identified 3 classes of fairies: warrior, scribe, and parasitic fae. Warriors have strong offensive magic. Scribes' magic tends to be defensive, and parasitic magic is, well, parasitic. We Faeologists have developed a tool called Blacklight to detect traces of Fae magic. It can even be detected through photographs if the magic is especially strong. What? Wait, we did not check the photographs with the blacklight. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? It's a photograph! Warrior magic glows red, scribe magic blue, and parasitic magic shines purple. I've found that seemingly fairies of one specific class are behind this. Which one's the culprit? Well, okay, here's the thing, is we did see parasitic fae all over, but we also saw the parasitic fae with like a tinge of red, which the red means they're killing the parasites, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say parasitic fae though. They're of the parasitic class, because that is primarily where our evidence is pointing towards. What's the evidence? We have the dead fae itself. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I put the dead fae beneath the blacklight. This is a dead parasitic fae. Look, It glows under the black light. Is this dead bug the one behind the murders? I can see purple traces, but what about this red glow? Okay, see the warrior glow. He's right. I feel like I didn't think this through. It appears I should reinvestigate. What else you got? Oh my goodness, I did not check the photographs. Blood sample. How does this prove parasitic involvement? I slot the blood sample beneath the black light to show the magic traces. You see? It glows under the black light. See? Oh my god! Oh my lord! You're right, I missed it. Theo, he lets out a long sigh. The look on his face isn't all. He's profoundly disappointed. Warrior Fae. So, if we had looked at the photos with the blacklight, and I kind of dismissed it early on because logically doesn't make sense to use a blacklight on a photo, right? It makes sense if you have a physical piece of evidence and you use blacklight, but photos? Professor did say, like, yeah, if the magic is strong enough, it doesn't matter. The magic will show anyway. So it seems like the game wants us to just use all of our available tools on every single piece of evidence. So let's go ahead and disappoint this man. I swallow back a lump rising in my throat. Clearly you haven't been thorough in your investigation. Either you're missing important things or you just don't take this as seriously as I thought. But I do take it seriously. If I could just reinvestigate. It's hard to get my sentences out of my mouth. No words of mine could ease the way he sees me now. Doesn't matter. We're running out of time. I couldn't find proof of it being unusual drugs or poisons either. Even the most atypical drugs don't cause this kind of bizarre hallucinations. No poisons could turn the whole body into hardened bones. His eyes narrow on me, full of quiet accusations. Oh God! Honestly, I can't believe this. You've dedicated many, many years to the study of forensic Faeology, and this is all you have to show for it? I'm sorry, I'm new here! What are you? I know you're clever, capable, competent, but you ought to consider changing your field. You're not cut out for forensics. I feel like I'm starting to see red. I can't believe he's bringing up my profession this way. I know, I messed up, but you just crossed a goddamn line. He knows I tried my best, given the limited time, but he just keeps hammering away. He hits me all over again how easy it is for him to make me feel really small. I'm just laying down the facts. He says it so nonchalantly, as if he doesn't see the effect of his opinion on me. I can't do this anymore. My anger is beyond containment. I never want to see you again. Get out! Fine by me. I don't plan on ever coming back to this office anyhow. Upon picking up the box of evidence, Theo turns to leave. Don't let the door hit you on the way out! He slams it. I find myself strutting restlessly in my room, seething with frustration. Perhaps this is for the best. After all, there's a reason I walked away, and it's all coming back to me. As I was steadying my breath to calm down, I realized something. I haven't explained Dr. Rayford's findings on the blood samples, how it could be fairy blood, and the significance of the scribe sigils on the prominent families. I didn't even see those! She gave me additional information too on the victims, as well as the popularity of the makeup. I didn't have a chance to tell him all that. Well, so be it. I'm not gonna write him a telephone him. Perhaps I'll just write an anonymous letter to the homicide department. First, I ought to finish grading the assignments that I neglected yesterday. I'm guessing this is bad ending. It's been an hour and a half since I forced myself to get back to work, yet my anger hasn't subsided. Then it strikes me. I'm no more angry at Theo than I am at myself. How did I fail this? Why wasn't I thorough enough? Still, that doesn't give him the right to talk to me like that. I bury my face in my hands as I've realized that I'm merely spinning in circles. Professor? Is this a bad time? I look up at her in shock. When did she get in? I knocked, then waited a minute. It then occurred to me that perhaps he didn't hear me. Oh, Sorry. My mind is more than a little preoccupied. The detective had an intensely brooding expression when he left. I figured that the meeting didn't go well. I can stay longer today if you need to talk. Thanks, Minnie. I'm not sure about talking, but I could use the company. Of course, Professor. Would you like me to fetch us a bottle? Sure. Any preference? Whichever bottle's biggest. Or whichever has the highest alcohol content. Oh god. We failed the demo. Ending number 6, Bottle Blues. Take me back. Hold on. Load game. We have not saved in so long. We're gonna have to skip. Okay. We can do this now. We know to blacklight everything. We know to use our magnifying glass on everything. So let's go ahead and whip everything out. Because we need to build evidence. We need to build our case here. Put them all side by side. Oh, no, come back. Them all side by side. Okay, well, I guess I can't put it there. Oh, Lord. Come back. Forget it. I'm over it. Okay. Anything else? So, wait, we did have all of this here. Wait a second. Wait, we did have everything. I just never pressed the arrow. Oh my god. I am so unperceptive. Okay, magnifying glass. Let's use that on everything here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through all this because we've already checked it. And oh my god, I can't. Oh my god, I can't. Oh my god, please. Go away. I guess it would have been easier if I just did it one by one, wasn't it? Oh well. We like to waste time around here. I can't believe there's already 6 different endings for the demo. I wonder how many endings there will be for full game. Let's get all this. Perfect. Okay, let's put those pictures away and take out the rest of the evidence that I conveniently did not look at. Is there anything else hiding behind these tabs? Anything else at all? You. How could we do this? How could this have happened? So, this middle-aged woman with the pearls is the victim. I guess the elderly man with the facial hair is her father. Elderly woman with the fur collar is her mother, I suppose. This other man in the darker suit is maybe her brother. So that's different dialogue already. Because we spoke with Dr. Rayford and gleaned more information, we found out about the step-siblings, the stepmother, and then, you know, their whole family dynamic. Middle-aged woman in the collar is the victim. I guess this elderly man in the suit is her father. Elderly woman wearing a cardigan is her mother. This bespectacled man is perhaps her brother. My patron invited me to this event. I'm still uncertain if I want to attend. A wedding ring. Seems to be made out of gold. See, okay, so the wedding ring is the one that is clicking. Maybe because I'm taking it out of the box? Question mark? This one also clicks. Why is it clicking? I've seen this makeup powder somewhere recently. It's from Nectar Bell. This must have belonged to one of them, but which? I wonder if the owner likes the box design and carrying it around in her pocket since it's already used up. Perhaps the chemist has some interesting insight since her family owns the brand. Never seen it going like this. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and whip out this bad boy since we know that this is gonna happen. Do it again. And here's the bug. I can't move the black light. There we go. Okay, no other information. No other information there. There's that. Nothing on the gala note. And again, we're just blacklighting everything now. Wait, what's that on her hand? On whose hand? Oh my god! Hold on. Bring out the magnifying glass. Oh, I can't even see it through the magnifying glass. Oh, that's odd. Oh, here we go. I have to be holding the black light in order to have it activate. It's... And this is really bad magnifying glass because I can't really see it. It looks like a spiral? Like a counterclockwise spiral. What about you guys? Oh my god, there's so many. I saw something on their hands. Yeah! You two! So the victim here, and she's also the victim. The colored one is the victim here. And who is this guy? Brother? Father? Yeah, middle-aged in the blouse. Elderly man in the suit is her father. That's the dad. He also has a sigil on him, though. What do these look like? Are they the same? They could be. They could be spirals as well. Counterclockwise spirals. Okay, okay, okay. That's already way more information than we had before. I do want to see if we use black light on them, if it'll show the same photos. I mean, we know for sure from our investigation before that these are changelings, so these aren't the same people. Yeah, no sigils on them. Although, we are missing a hand on this one. Okay, let's go ahead and put tools away. Let's go ahead and put pictures away. And now we just have to look through this, right? I don't know if we genuinely have to look through this in order to get the information, but we do know that there are sigils now. What are the sigils about? What are the sigils about? Does it talk about the sigils anywhere? We know for sure that they're parasitic and that they're dying. The warriors are killing them, but we don't know why. Oh! Maybe the sigils are meant to tell you what faction? No, I don't know. I have no idea. These are just scale of values. I can't tell if these little markings on the corner of the color spectrum mean anything either. It's too hard to tell. Protective, especially if they come from the scribe faction or are human. They're unfriendly towards scribes and humans. Very effectively remain unkind. Because we know that was it the daughter? The one who fought with the factory worker. She was very, very aggressive. Anywho, it doesn't look like there's anything about the sigils here, so we're gonna end investigation. But we have everything now. Pretty sure we have everything. We're gonna skip through all this, and we're gonna go with the same route here, Dr. Rayford. Okay. Okay. Alright, Doctor. I have new evidence to present to you. Let's see what we can do here. Hopefully you can help me a little bit. A dead bug. Is this part of the evidence? Yeah. I guess you can't help me with that. Okay, she tells us about the phosphorus again. I'm trying to be careful with what I skip through here. This is arsenic. Okay, okay. That's the ring. I said I'm trying to be careful with it. Because not because like, oh, I'm gonna withhold pieces of evidence from her, but because I wasn't sure if she was gonna have extra dialogue now that we uncovered things with the blacklight. It doesn't appear like she will, so I'm just skipping through it now. Okay. And I think that's everything. Oh, it's surprising. There we go. I thought it wasn't skipping through it. That's everything though. Let's go ahead and end interview. Heading home soon, thank you. Now that we have Dr. Rayford's inquiry, her insight, we can now double check it. Content. Yeah. Not much new information from the lab report, to be honest. But now that we have new items in our inventory at our disposal, I will still go ahead and use black light on the new stuff, since we know now that is pertinent information. I don't know if we used it on the case files, actually. Should we? Is there a reason to? No. Not for that one, at least. Number 4 was the human who was poisoned by arsenic. Number 3 would have been the most important one. Number 3 was Mrs. Niblet, right? And this one's Susan Moore. Susan Moore was the one who got in the fight, right? Oh, no, no, no. Mrs. Niblet was the one who got in the fight. She was the one who bit her fingers off. I hate how the black light stops working after you drop it. I wish I could just turn it on. Niblet, Niblet. We can't open these. We can't interact with these at all. I don't know why he was mentioning the makeup, really, because we don't see anything special here. There's no magic resonating from it. We can't open it. We can't take it out. Susan Moore. Miss Niblet. Edna Niblet. I feel like if anyone is gonna be the warrior Fae, it's gonna be Edna. It's either that or they did something. Not her. The Woldridges. They did. They did something. Okay, well, they were definitely in a Fae contract, that's for sure. Nothing of the occult matter, but definitely of the Fae matter. I think that's all of the information we're gonna glean from stuff on the desk, so let's go ahead and close that. I wish there was extra information, actually. But, I don't know, should I save? We should save. In slot 2. Just in case we fail again. Let's return. Okay, alright. Skipped in. Hi, Clyde. Hi, JC. Is there fairy involvement? Yes. We're gonna say warrior fae this time. What's the evidence? Evidence! The dead fae? Should we bring up the same evidence? We could bring up the same evidence. Here's another thing, is the sigils are indicative of a scribe fae as well. So anyway, let's bring up dead Fae. Okay. Oh, hold on. That's new information. How do I open history? How do I open history? I can't. Anyway, correct. It takes a little while until their magic is fully dissipated from the corpse. It honestly just looks like a normal bug to me. Hold on a second. I turn to the shelves and pick up one of the boxes containing a deceased insect for my ongoing research. I open the lid and show it to Theo. I found this one dying just yesterday. It died shortly after. Swiftly, I put it beneath the blacklight. A normal one doesn't glow, you see? Theo's expression is a blend of amusement and bewilderment. Quite interesting. And how does it end up here? Failed transformation magic? A parasitic fae that fed off the victim's life source, which became a casualty of murder. Okay, hold. Now, the fae, we know, was in the coin, but this is the textbook description of what the fae did. It did feed off of the victim's life force, yeah, and then became a casualty of murder. When they say became a casualty of murder, are they referring to the fae or are they referring to the victim? Because we know that the fae was indeed the casualty. Parasitic fae that fed off the victim's life. I think, and I'm pretty sure that the professor said this, that there was failed transformation magic, right? That's what the professor said. This is textbook description of what a fae is, but they did not cause the death of the victim. I'm gonna say failed transformation magic because that is what I remember the professor saying. It's a parasitic fae that got warped by a coin due to transformation magic going awry. The coin and the evidence turned into this when I put it under the blacklight long enough, essentially revealing what it really was. So the third victim, Mrs. Niblet. What about her? Mr. Henkel said she has her numerous coin collections displayed in all her rooms in her house. That particular coin must have been nearby when she met her fate. I can see a feeling of unease reflected in Theo's expression as he stares at me. I need a moment to digest all this. I nod and take a moment to arrange the box neatly before placing it back on the shelves. I think we got that right! Yay for memory! Yay! What else you got? Okay, we do have blood sample. We do also have ring. I don't have much information on the ring, though. Is the ring possibly another example of the failed transformation? It could be. We know that it was purple. So let's see, ring? How does this prove warrior involvement? I place the ring beneath the blacklight. You see, Mrs. Moore's ring glows purple and red under the blacklight. But why does it glow purple as well? Aha! Aha! It's a parasitic fae warped into a ring because of failed transformation magic. The parasitic fae that got warped by a ring. Small metallic objects are known to repel or warp fairies when the transformation magic goes awry. So same explanation here. How do you know for sure that this one's parasitic? He asks a good question. Normally the body of a parasitic fae will be revealed under blacklight, yet this one is just a ring, no matter how long I hold the blacklight on top of— Oh, were we wrong? Oh, we were wrong! What else you got? Oh, we were wrong. We were wrong. The photographs, I don't think we can show that one, because the photographs only really show the sigils. But we can show the blood sample. I slot the blood sample beneath the blacklight to show the magic traces. You see, there's a glow of purple and red under the blacklight. How do the purple traces, or parasitic magic, as you say, have a part in this? The blood is fairy blood. Parasitic underlings of warrior high fae help with the murders. I'm a little confused with all of the responses, if I'm being honest. The blood is fairy blood? Like, yeah, why? Parasitic underlings of warrior high fae help with murders. Did we see that in the book? Granted, I did glance over it. I mean, I don't know. This one has more words. So I'm partial to clicking this. Some parasitic fairies become underlings of high fae, as they are allowed to feed off of small amounts of high fae magic regularly. In turn, they'll do anything the high fae asks, even killing humans. Theo seems perplexed and perhaps discontented. Something's not right. There appears to be strong evidence pointing towards warrior involvement. Based on what you've shown me, parasitic faes are one way or another connected to the manner of killing. But you also haven't told me how the warrior fairies kill the victims. Give it to me straight. How do you figure the murders were carried out? Okay. We're doing great. We're doing fine so far. Warriors directed parasitic underlings to sap life, causing ossification and severe hallucinations. That is only really true of one victim, the first victim. Warriors replaced victims, that sounds more right, even. Warriors replaced victims with changelings and killed the changelings with ossification and hallucination spells. I like the sound of number 2. Number 3 is warriors' ossification and hallucination spells killed the victims and nearby parasitic fae. Huh. Okay, so there are parts to 2 and 3 that are correct. 3 because, yeah, they actually were infected, afflicted, the parasitic fae, with some red magic, right? But I do like option 2 because it is outright mentioning changelings, and we know for sure that this is a case of changelings because of the sigils on the hands disappearing. So let's click that one. The warrior high fae used their transformation magic to turn parasitic fae into human lookalikes of the victims, which are often called changelings. Changelings? I take out the crime scene photographs with middle-aged victims and lay them out on the table, and we know that they all have 6 fingers! Using the magnifying glass, I show the oddity in the victim's hands to Theo. This is one of the possible anomalies that is likely to happen due to the complexity of transformation magic used to create changelings. As famous as these ladies' families are, it would have been a big thing on the papers if they had 6 fingers from when they were children. I don't remember anything like that in the newspapers. Do you? No. Me neither. Theo looks away, as though trying to remember all the newspapers he's read. It also explains the missing iron in the blood sample, since the corpses aren't human. I wait until Theo meets my gaze again before continuing. They then murder the changelings using ossification and hallucination magic. It's done to cover up what they really did to the real humans. R.I.P. parasites. What they really did? Like what? It can be anything. The real humans might be kidnapped to the fairyland, destined to wed certain fairies and bring forth offspring, or be employed as a slave, or tortured for amusement until they die. I shiver at the thought of it happening to the poor ladies. Theo appears to be unsettled by the same thoughts as well. Hold on. Are you saying they might be still alive? There is a chance. Yet the realm of the fairies is still an enigma, even for those who study their kind. The Faeologists in the university have barely met any living fairies. You're aware of how fresh this field is within academia, aren't you? Theo nods. It pains me to admit that I genuinely do not know how to get them back. I will keep trying, nonetheless. We both fall silent, as though a heavy weight had settled in our throats, refusing to budge. We can also look at this case from another angle. The motives. Based on your investigation, what could be the rationale behind the warrior fairy's actions? It's difficult to pinpoint the reason why fairies do what they do, since they don't follow human rules or morality. However, I've found that... Okay, let's see. Warriors are targeting people blessed by the scribes. We do know that warriors hate scribes and people, so it could be that. Warriors murder parasitic fairies because they are despicable, low phase. Not so much like in that one. Warriors' hatred towards human may be the cause. I'm gonna go with the first option here. The three middle-aged are blessed by scribe phase, shown by the sigils on their hands. Now here's the thing though, here's the only hole in this theory, is that the father was also inscribed with a sigil on his hand, and he hasn't died yet. I don't think. I say as I hover the black light on top of the family photographs one by one. I don't think he's dead, is he? Or maybe he is, and that's how she inherited. If I'm thinking of the right person, that's how she inherited her fortune, is when she came of age. And we got this information from Florence, Dr. Rayford, when she was giving us gossip. So the dad could be dead, if I'm thinking of the right family and the photo and the right information. I mentioned before that especially strong magic can be seen even through photographs. Yeah, I remember. He answers while taking the black light out of my hand and checking the sigils himself. 2 sigils light up on Mrs. Woolridge's family photograph and 1 on Mrs. Moore's. This sigil is a sign of being blessed by one of the scribe fae, usually given when someone has done a very special boon for a scribe. It gives good fortune and is passed down through generations. As you know, the middle-aged victims and their families are old, rich families that have stayed on top for many decades. That's how strong the magic is. Mrs. Moore was adopted. That's why it's only her who has it. Her late biological parents hailed from a distinguished and affluent lineage. Theo points at the faces in Mrs. Woolridge's photos. And he's the biological father, while the other 2 are stepfamily. I nod at him. I'm positively sure that should we check into Mrs. Niblet's family photograph, she and her children would display the same sigils. Oh. I'll see what I can do. Oh, and it's also meant as a warning for others not to harm the marked human. I guess that warning didn't work in this case, did it? No, it didn't. Well, I suppose this does make sense, and it's a pattern. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate it. Yes, this might be targeted murders. He then casts a glance my way, with an air of satisfaction around him, and breaks into a smile. Good job. My, considering how rarely he gives commendations, this sounds like the compliment of a lifetime. I can feel my confidence going through the roof. Thank you. Lastly, what have you found on the poor girl, Mary Hatcher? Any connection to fairies? The chemist's report is similar to the case files. Blood is normal human blood, traces of arsenic. I didn't find any traces of fairy magic from the evidence. She mentioned that you might already be collecting purchase records from chemists all over the city. That's right. We're still investigating whether someone has a link to the girl. I see. The chemist's parents own a cosmetic company that produces the makeup powder in the evidence. She said it's popular among the upper-class ladies lately, since they've gotten Mary Pickford to do the advertisements. He picks out a small note and a pen from his trench coat and starts writing. I'm not sure if this is useful. Every scrap of information counts. I had to note down the things we talked about today as well. Oh my god, look at him, he's listening to us. Too bad he didn't listen to us while we were in a relationship. Your findings really threw me for a loop. Forgot to take notes. Of course, take your time. While Theo was writing, I tidied up my desk and put the evidence back in the box. Anything else you got? That's all I have for now. He puts his notebook and pen back in his coat. He heaves a sigh so heavy, I can believe he has the weight of the city on his shoulders. Even so, when he looks at me, there's a glint of something that wasn't there before. This fleck of illumination is all the more stark since we've started this discussion. It's hope, perhaps. A tiny, delicate thing is blooming in this room to counteract the overwhelming darkness and despair outside. Oh my god, the mood! We're flirting now! I always knew you were clever. Even though I feel there are still some pieces to this puzzle, you've done well. I'm quite impressed. Thank you, Theo. He answers with a soft smile. Well, we've still got our work cut out for us, but at least for now, innocent people won't get thrown in jail thanks to you. I'm glad I could help. Now I just need to convince the chief and the papers. Thing is, I might have to bring up your name in my report. I can't predict how the papers will handle this, but it's possible they'll mention you in the Faeology. It's good for your field, of course. But it could draw unwanted dangerous attention your way. I'll be fine, Theo. I can protect myself. This is what the field needs. I don't know, the Fae might not like that. And the Fae will remember a lot. Indeed, you're more than capable of taking care of yourself. I know that very well. I do appreciate you worrying over me. Theo's concern seems to fade, and he lets out a sigh of relief. Well, this day's certainly been a ride. He glances at his wristwatch. I've still got time until I have to get back to the station. Fancy a drink with me? Oh! Drink? A date? You can tell me more about fairies. I'll listen with way less judgment this time. Just like I promised. Sure. Would you mind waiting until I finish grading a few assignments? It'll take 10 minutes at most. Go ahead. But man's got all the time in the world now. I focus my attention on the assignments. How can we focus on assignments when he's here, sitting, waiting, staring? There's a minute of companionable silence. The scribbling of my pen is the only noise audible. Theo then speaks. You know what we should toast to when we drink? What? We should toast to being a good team. We're a team, are we? Aren't we? Or at least we should be. Your knowledge of the fairies is exactly what we need to make sense of all this mess. And it's not just that. Your talent for investigation is as impressive as they come. Yeah, it took me a couple tries, but you know, we get there. If you act as a consultant in high-profile cases like this, you'd be handsomely compensated for sure. Imagine what those funds could do to your phaeological research. So, what do you think? Would you ever consider joining the investigation in an official capacity? I'll consider it. This man is all business. Oh, CG! Get my cursor out of here. Ending number 1, detective duo. Hey! Okay, so far we've gotten 2 endings. Ending number 1, which was that one. Good ending. Yeah, for sure. And ending number 6, which was Boozy Blues or something to that effect, where we basically disappointed him to high heaven. We did not give any fruitful information or evidence. Anyway, what is this? Is it continuing? Because why did it give me an ending? It's another afternoon in the office. My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project that I've been considering. Okay, hold on. Let's save slot 3, because why not? So this is our other love interest, our other confirmed love interest, Mr. Henkel, as a reminder. He has invited us to a gala. He has funded our Faeology department in this university. He's our sugar daddy, basically, and he's courting us currently. My patron has stopped by to discuss a research project. Now that Faeology might get increased credibility, especially with the police, I think we should examine the prevalence of strange deaths caused by fairies. Don't you think, Mr. Henkel? The police might agree to help us to collect data. I'm not so sure about that. It would take time for the police to trust us to that extent. Besides, wouldn't it be more pressing to focus your research on warrior phase? We have to talk. Theo? Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? Before I can respond, two individuals suddenly barge into my office. Sorry, I tried to stop him, but I couldn't. Even though I've told him you're in a meeting right now. That's okay, Minnie. You can let me handle this. If you say so, Professor. Minnie grumbles at Theo as she walks out. What's eating you, Theo? Not me, that's for sure. Theo doesn't so much as glance at Mr. Henkel. He unfurls a rolled-up newspaper from the inner pocket of his coat. He hands it to me. Oh no. Oh, Dance Till Death. New York Tributes. We also have a date here. It is October 22nd, 1928. So now we have a timeline for when this game takes place exactly. You gotta come down there, I'm calm! I'm collected, I'm cool. We're also in trouble here, hold on. At a glance, I can see the phrases, fairies are real, evil is afoot, and fairies killing humans, spelled out in bold, oversized letters. As I begin reading, my patron peers over my shoulder to read as well. It's not the chief's statement that made the front page. It's another bizarre murder, and this time, the victim is a beloved celebrity. She danced until her body gave out. Yikes. They wrote out all the excessively grisly details connected to her death. This reminds me of the fairy tale, I think it's called like The Red Shoes or something, where it's basically a person, similar to the headline, put on these red shoes, and she couldn't stop dancing, and she danced until she died. I think she was a ballerina. So I do like that they're pulling from like actual fairy tales. Get it? Get it? Fairy tales? Fairies? Anyway, moreover, the reports surrounding the other homicides have been thoroughly sensationalized and exaggerated. They've depicted fairies as evil enemies of mankind, and in some parts, they even insinuated that war between beings is brewing. Reading all of this makes my heart sink and my stomach churn. I need to put the paper down for a moment. This is truly awful. I've already checked the crime scene. The details of the incident look similar to what we've uncovered from the previous murders. Given everything, I'd say fairies definitely in the picture here. Though it's still hard to make heads or tails of all this. It's very difficult to grasp their motives, but judging by the methods and frequency, I have to say this is significant. Something big might be going on in the land of the fairies. As the conversation unfolds, Mr. Henkel appears to be deeply in thought. We've just kind of completely forgotten about this man in the room, haven't we? I need you to check something real quick. Theo gives me a photograph of the celebrity. Oh my god, he wants me to blacklight it. Knowing exactly what he wants, I retrieve the blacklight from my drawer and examine the photograph closely. Both Theo and Mr. Henkel peek over my shoulders to see. A sigil. The same one as the other 3 victims had. I suppose now we can establish that these are targeted murders. We have a fairy serial killer on the loose. I nod at him. For some reason, Mr. Henkel is nodding with me. Although the 4th victim, Mary Hatcher, doesn't have the sigil, does she? Did you find anything more about it? So that 4th victim we're talking about is the arsenic victim. Theo shakes his head, leaving behind a troubled look. Nobody in the purchase records has a strong link to the girl. We're asking around here and there. Girl was a saint. Everybody loved her. Her squabble with Mrs. Niblet's the strongest lead we have. A striking realization dawns upon me. What if a fairy transformed into a human purchased the poison? What? They could do that? Suddenly, Mr. Henkel's familiar voice fills the room after his long stretch of silence. Oh yes, detective. Although, when a fairy shifts into human shape, they cannot assume the identity of someone already living. Your culprit may well be a name on the list, but one that doesn't truly exist. I give a nod in agreement with his words, feeling slightly proud that my patron is reading all the knowledge this university has to offer. Theo flinches at Mr. Henkel's input, clearly having dismissed him as part of the furniture. He does not care for this man. He then scoffs. Theo? All I get from Theo is a shrug. Surprisingly, he turns toward the patron. From what I come to understand, fairy magic is more than capable of doing the killing. They have no need for poison. But I won't discard the possibility. Mr. Henkel only replies with a smile. Well, that's certainly a rare occurrence. Theo goes back to ignoring Mr. Henkel and talks directly to me. I should mention that I've gotten permission for you to check the crime scene. Come with me tomorrow? I'll see what I can do. I mean, I'm probably on the clock for the university, hello? Alright, I gotta go. I'm leaving the newspaper here. There are more articles about Faeology than you should read. Without so much as a word of goodbye to Mr. Henkel, Theo turns and leaves. He does not care for this man! I pick up the paper again and continue reading, while Mr. Henkel silently reads alongside me. The field of Faeology is indeed mentioned quite markedly, but its loyalty to humankind is under scrutiny. Hey, welcome in, Raiders! Hi, Code! I hope you had a good stream. Hi, Nugs. Hello. Who the hell is Mark? What? Oh, hi, Mark. Who? No. This is Mr. Henkel. This is our sugar daddy. Get it right, guys. Welcome in, everybody. If you'll need to raid and run, please feel free to do so. But if you plan on lurk, if anybody is new around here, my name is Charmaine. I'm a Friday indie-focused streamer, and we are doing our final day of coverage for Otome Game Celebration, a Steam event revolving around visual novels. Right now, we're playing Death and Faeology, an investigative murder mystery type game that includes the supernatural. We have fae and fairies as our target of magic and also murder in the game. It's very nice, it's very cool. I like to canonically think that we play a male character, male protagonist, because we have two male suitors here. We have our sugar daddy, Mr. Henkel, and our ex-boyfriend slash roomie, Detective Kraus, who actually just left. They're all hot stuff, but this is a good game, guys. But if you're interested in the game, you can check out the pinned post. If you're watching over on YouTube, you can find the link in the description below as well to get the Steam storefront page. And yeah, that's it. Markman Gaming? Who? What? When did this become my name? When? Is it because I'm man? Is it because I am men gaming? Although the police chief spoke of our help, the papers continue to raise doubts about our involvement in these killings. I mean, this is par for the course. People do like coming up or finding people to blame. Is the Faeology University a friend or a foe? And that's the end of the prologue right there! Whew, that was good. That was good. You guys came in at a good time, I guess. The end. That was Death and Faeology. I really like that. I really love the developer behind these games. I've played another of their games before called Okami. Also available during the Otome Game Celebration Steam event, so I encourage you guys to check out the demos. For those just coming in and are interested in the visual novels, I encourage you guys to check them out. The Steam event is going to last until May 11th, so you have time. Today is just my final day of coverage for it. But yeah, it's very good. Oh, I accidentally scrolled through real fast. But yeah, yay! Amazing. So that was Death and Faeology. I have thoughts. Number one, because I'm such a fan of the dev, I love the writing, I love the art, and it did say there in the credits that they drew everything. They were the main artists for the project, so wow, you are so skilled, you are amazing. And it seems like you do a lot of research, and I'm speaking to the dev here directly. The dev does a lot of research into the stories that they write and fill out, because here we're playing as a university professor who has dedicated their life to the study of Faeology, and throughout the game we have been given and alluded to actual real-life fairy tales in which, you know, fairies might have been involved, and so I did really like those little Easter eggs throughout the game. One thing that I will note, for the investigative section, I feel like the UI can be cleaned up a little bit. I personally feel like there should be some more hotkeys that allow us to bring up the tools that we need, like the magnifying glass and the black light and the compendium that we have on the Fae. I feel like being able to press tab or something, and maybe this is already available because I didn't actually try to use other hotkeys or buttons in order to access any of the items. It wasn't told to us, and so I didn't try them out. But being able to hit tab to bring up the Fae book and have it slide onto screen in order for us to peruse it and be like, okay, this is the information we need for this specific moment. Let me put that book away now. Or being able to use left mouse button or middle mouse button or R, E, F, any other hotkeys to access those tools, because it does seem like we use the tools a lot. And so just for quality of life, just for the sake of not having to click, 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 click multiple times, I do wish that when this game comes out, there are hotkey availability for those tools. And I don't know if there's going to be even more tools that we come across for the full game, because this is just the prologue. This wasn't even half of the game. So I don't know how many chapters there are going to be. There are 1000% multiple endings. We failed once, got ending number 6, which is crazy, and then succeeded once, got ending number 1. So already for the prologue, it seems like there are possibly 6 different endings. Maybe it's just the 2 with other endings in between happening throughout the story. But let's see, what else? In regards to UI, it was a little difficult to use the black light because sometimes the trigger for the dialogue would proc at just weird places. Most of the time I noticed when we were hovering over things, it was near the bottom of the picture. And so I think there needs to be a wider radius, wider point of contact for when dialogue is picked up. Or the clue is given to us, because it was really hard just having to make sure to click, number one, click on the tool, and then be able to scan the photos. But I did really like the different colors. I love the use of the black light. That was a really cool tool to use, and then be able to compare it to our notes. Another thing in regards to the investigative portion specifically are the responses that we had to give. Sometimes the responses were a little vague. They were a little vague, and you can see that when I played it. I mentioned them when they came up, where like half of the answer would sound right and then the other half would sound wrong, or it wasn't entirely clear if they were referring to the Fae or the victim. So those are just little hiccups, little bumps that I encountered with the choices. One final thing that I wish was included was an investigative meter or some kind of checklist to let us know, like, hey, we got this piece of information when we investigated this, or we got this piece of information. Maybe like when we hit end investigation, there's a little recap to tell us, the player, like, this is the information that we got and gleamed. And then if there's anything still left over, we, as the character, is like, maybe there's something more. But if we've collected everything, the character ends with, I think this is everything. I think having that little extra, I guess, oh my god, the music is making me lose my train of thought. Having that extra piece of just like confirmation, I want to say, would help tremendously, because it seems like when we end investigation, that's it. We get nothing. And then when we actually get into the investigative portion to give information, it's like, wait, what am I telling you? I did notice that throughout the story, and this goes for both my successful playthrough when I hit ending 1 and my failed playthrough when we hit ending 6, that some pieces of evidence are just updated automatically. And I noticed this in particular with Florence when we interviewed her. So I brought up the family photo of somebody. I forget which family it was, but I had not investigated the photos at all. I didn't even know they were in my inventory when I was first at the desk to investigate the stuff. And so we asked about the photo with Florence. She told us, oh yeah, this is family, this is stepbrother, this is the stepfather. And then when we went to investigate that again, when we went to look at the photo again, we basically just echoed what she told us. So there was no new information. And I think there's really no point for us to go back to the desk then if we're just echoing information, you know? There was one other thing, and I can't remember off the top of my head. In that regard, with Florence's dialogue, we kind of showed her photos out of order as well, and our character would make these little mental notes, like, she acted different when compared to like when I showed her the previous picture, and that was the first one. So, for example, for clarification rather, I showed her the family photo first for, I think, Mrs. Moore, and she gave us a ton of gossip about the family, about who's related to who, about who's the stepbrother, who's adopted. I don't remember exactly all the details. She gave us all of that. She was very forthcoming. We showed her the victim photo directly after, and she was like, oh yeah, I just know of her. So that was a little jarring to not have a completely unique dialogue because we had shown her a different piece of evidence first. So there is apparently an order to things, an order of operations in which you're supposed to present photos. So I do hope that that gets cleaned up in the finished game, in the final game. And by the way, this game itself, no tentative release date yet. So any and all compliments, critiques, constructive criticism, please make sure you get it in to the dev, because so far, even with all the little hiccups and bumps, the story is amazing. It's very intriguing. I love all of the characters. I love the musical score. I love the art. It's fantastic. Like, it is such a high tier demo. Not just this one too, their other game as well, Otome. I cannot suggest these two games enough. But yeah, if you guys are interested in trying out Death and Faeology, please make sure to do so. Make sure to wishlist it, make sure to comment. Leave a comment on their Steam page as well. Even if it's only on the demo listing page, it helps tremendously in letting the dev know that there is interest, and helps them motivate to get the game done and sorted. And if you wishlist it, you get notified of release dates. So yeah, that was Death and Faeology. Let's go ahead and move on to our final game for today, which is going to be Poetry in Purgatory, another death game. Yippee! Yippee! Also, can I just once again mention, I love that the protagonist is vague, is ambiguous, because I can have my little yaoi time with that one. I want to see how the romance develops. I love those little sections. Poetry in Purgatory. Let's bring up the Steam page. It does seem like there's persistent audio, which I love. But let me make sure you guys can hear it. Since we are switching games, let me know if I need to adjust volume at any time. Hopefully you guys can see it now. Was there kissing? No, there wasn't any kissing. It was all business, okay? Poetry in Purgatory. Let me go ahead and switch our Steam listing, or not our Steam listing, our OBS category. There we go. Perfect. Oh, OBS has crashed. Lovely. I'll be right back.